Squad, welcome back. United by Stoke, episode number 2 of January for the year 2022. And in studio, the man, the legend, the myth has blessed us again. Welcome back, God. Shane.
What the hell, bruh? 2022 is upon us, peeps, and we're super stoked to be here. We're getting another podcast out, lots in the works, and good times, good vibes ahead, peeps.
Yes, that lots in the work is a good fact, a good pointer. Shane and I are stuck right now in about minus 41 degree weather. So chilly. All we have to do is plan for the future, which is awesome. And as well, enjoy this moment. And on that note, we're going to give you guys our, so for the second episode, we're going to give you our number one, what would you call, I don't want to say tip, our number one process. That's what it's going to be. Our number one process for 2022, which has come from growth. Again, Shane and I, entrepreneurs since basically we're, young bucks, 15, 16 years old. And I would say that this is something we've learned with not only age, but in growing businesses. So let's let Shane rock and roll on that for a quick sec.
Yeah. So basically what we wanted to touch base on today was about, everyone talks about patience. And I think as we're growing here with the brand, we're learning more and more about it and what works for us rather than what's expected of us. In a good way, like we're always working hard to get things out to you guys. But yeah, definitely patience in the fact that delivering products at certain times. Like the second year in, we did a big release, and it's been a year and a bit now since we've had the first women's line, the guys line in the sport division out. And I think just kind of this winter, we're a little bit like, well, we've got to get hoodies out for the winter vibes, and
we do this, we gotta do that.
Yeah,
it's always a gotta, but
yeah, no, totally. And then the realization is you've got to move at the pace that is comfortable with what you're doing at the time. And you don't want to rush things out, man. Like it's probably the worst thing you could do is rush a product out, or because you think it has to drop, due to season, and that will come for us. But right now that's not where we're at.
Yeah. And a lot to be said about trusting the process. And you know what, guys, you're going to hear so many motherfuckers on YouTubes and TikToks and all this stuff, man. And to be honest, we all listen to them as well. But your passion, your brand, and your vision, they're going to dictate to you. Don't let some guy on some screen, even us, say, hey, it should be like this. April, you got to do this, or by year 4, it has to be like this. It's not a cookie cutter process.
Not at all.
Everybody's business. Hey, somebody might start a business tomorrow, and day 2 they're selling $1 million. I was talking to a lady the other day. She went 10 years without a sale, and now because of the way the world is, she's booming. You know what I mean? That's a whole decade. Like that's a lot of perseverance. But don't let anybody dictate to you, and understand there's ebbs and flows with not just life, but also our businesses and our brands. So to trust the process of the brand, like Shane was just saying, it's something. It's actually hard for me to even do is trust the brand, because that's like foo-foo, right? But it's not. We've been, what's the word I'm looking for? We've been, led to a place where the brand actually. Does that sound too crazy for me to say? My God, it does. It kind of does. The brand tells us what to do.
No, totally.
Like not like a ghost in the Matrix, but
feeling that way.
Yeah, like like even for example, man, let's talk about this. We ordered in some pants last minute for kind of like October or whatever it was, August, September, October. And they weren't what we ordered, but they ended up being like one of our best sellers. How fucked up was that, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's again, like we had to trust, like, oh shit, we could have made a stink. But no, we put it out and they were like by far one of the best sellers we've ever had. So,
which in return will be added to our summer 22 lineup, which is kind of whack, but it you just got to trust in it sometimes, and it worked out for us that way. And
have that patience, like the patience to sit back and understand, hey, there is something bigger at play here. It's not like shit, March 31st, Shane and I have to do this. No. Maybe that March 31st is actually going to be August, or maybe it's going to be July 2030. You know what I mean? Like it's a patience game, and it's sitting back and
Hard.
being very
Yeah,
strategic,
it is.
especially nowadays, guys. Like,
Yeah,
it's you we all have to be super strategic and really trust the flow and the patience.
100%. And yeah, so with that is just like you know, the flow of it has to be right with everything that you're bringing
Yeah,
in. And yeah,
yeah, and don't yeah, like it more than anything, you hit it on head. It has to be right. It has to feel right,
yeah,
and you only know that through feeling. Like um you can put anything out that you want, but a lot of times it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? We
yeah,
get product in now and it feels right. Like, and that's taken us 3 years. Like, don't get me twisted. Like year one, when we were doing blanks,
yeah.
shit was dope. But looking back at that, it was all we could do at the time. But it doesn't look or feel like what we're doing now.
Not
And
one
and
bit.
what we're doing now in 2022 will look something different when we look back in 2024,
Yeah,
because it'll grow. There'll be patience and there'll be trust, and it'll be an even flyer product, right?
yeah. And I think the I don't know if misconception's the right word, but it's like everyone wants to get to the end goal so fast, and it's like 3 years in, and we're realizing that we're going to get to the end goal. 100% we are, but to rush it, no way, man. It's not going to happen. And when you start wrapping your head around that concept of where you need to be and not rushing about it, fuck, man, you should see the shit that opens up for you. Like things just start. It's true. You've probably heard it on other podcasts or other people talking about it, but things start opening up for you. New doors start opening, and it's because you've slowed it down. You're not, you're not trying to rush everything to get it all out. Like we just got in a stack of 15 new designs in our caps. We've got we've got the main Bali style straw hats dropping this summer, which is something really unique for in Canada here for a brand to have that. I think it's not something that's normally done, so we're adding that to the lineup, not to give too much away, but and then we've got 15 or 16 new items on top of our old line coming in. So we've been working hard on that, but it's taken time. We're a year in the process of just dialing all that in. It's starting to roll in now, and we're super happy with it. Super stoked to get it in your hands, but that'll all be spring release. So
yeah, and it's not like, hey, we got it today and we gotta like, even Shannon and I were talking, like with the hats, for example. We have, not to give away who our homies are that are making the hats, but we get them special order off Maui, and they are super custom. Like, you buy one of these hats, you're the only motherfucker in Canada with that hat.
yeah,
So we have those. We have a list of people waiting for them, so we could put them up. But we've decided to, again, have patience,
yeah,
chill, and we're absolutely only going to release certain ones of those hats at our physical store, the Beach
yeah,
Shack,
yeah,
because those peeps supported. So we're going to give them something unique. Now, we could go right now and put them online, and they'd probably sell and we'd make some money. But again, there's that patience thing. We want to do something special for the motherfuckers that come straight to hang with us at our store, right?
100%.
And that's a huge thing, because hey, we could use an extra whatever that money is right now, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna have patience, and we know it's gonna impact even more because we've decided to do that.
Yeah, that's right. And it's going to go the same for some of our designs, tees, and whatnot, about releasing, because we're in a couple of stores now, a couple of marinas out in BC, Western Canada, and but there's going to be some things that we only release at the Beach Shack, our personal brick and mortar. So it just keeps it kind of unique, but also there's just things that we don't want, mass rocking out there, right?
No. And see, and that goes back to patience, man. Shane and I get hit every day from somebody trying to hustle us on Insta or Tiki or LinkedIn or you name it, email marketing. And they're like, hey, man, you guys are so dope. Don't you want to blow up? You'll have 20 billion followers overnight. No, actually, I don't.
No,
Shane, we don't want to do that, because that's not the process. Why you want 20 billion followers and only 3 actually like your shit? Fuck those bullshit numbers, man.
Yeah.
And again, it's about patience. We're building a foundation brick by brick, and you should really look at do the same, because without that foundation, man, the house will fucking crash, right?
That's it.
And it takes time to build something.
Oh, 100%. And like, the peeps we have under our belt social wise are mean. They're awesome. They support 110%. Now, there's a quick thing I'm going to bring to that, and that is, if you know, it's a numbers game out there on social, man, and it's not all about that. You can have, yeah, 1 million followers and put up something and get, you know, very little interaction.
And
well,
we see that all the time.
We see it all the time, man. These big accounts, and I'm not saying all of them.
No,
I'm not saying all of them, but there's definitely accounts out there, you know, a ton of followers, and then you start looking at their posts, and it's people we follow too, because, you know, they've got some dope brands, some dope vibes out there. And then the interaction is little, whereas, you know, we got a core group that hang tight with us on social, and man, we're so stoked with the interaction we get. And I'm going to break this down for you, man. If you take the digital vibes out of that, and say you have 100 followers on, it doesn't matter what platform, you take the digital aspect away from that, and you put that 100 people in a room in front of you, and you stand up on a stage and look at them. That's 100 loyal motherfuckers that you got all up in your shit, man, and they'll be there till the bitter end. And that's a lot of people. You put 100 people in a room, man, and look at them. Yeah, that's a lot of peeps, man. So I'd
actually probably be nervous talking about.
Oh, 100%. Right? So you got to look at the numbers game, man, and be like, man, you just be stoked to have what you have, and that's good. And you build them. It's like a brick, man, like putting up a house. You just build it one by one, and you dial them in. You
can't rush that process.
Nah, man, it takes
time. We
all
want to. Don't get me twisted. That's human, but we cannot rush that process.
That's it. And another thing that, you know, you spend time putting all these vids together, man, dialing them in, getting the editing right, and you whack it up, and it gets fucking 5 views, man. Well, you know what? That's all part of the game. You
put a video up of you just dropping a shoe and it gets 200,000. It's like, what?
But man, it's all part of the game, and you know, you just got to keep ticking away, showing up every day and dropping those vids and dropping the vibes for, you know, what you want to put out, and that's what drags the peeps in, the rock solid peeps.
100%. Like, giving another example, TikTok. Shane and I, it fucking took us, again, I would say 8 months to get our first 1,000 people on TikTok, and that was simply through hustling. We didn't fucking, there was no gimmicks. Dude, we put in solid fucking work. We didn't
follow any trends. It was all just brand building.
Yeah, totally, dude. We're on a fucking business account, so we can't use any of the fucking. Anyway, I'm not here to bitch, but no. We can't use any of the hype fucking music. We can't do any of the trends, and we just built it hardcore. Now we're going live every day. Yeah. And it started with, what was the first one? 90 people.
Yeah.
You know, now we had up to 2,000 people watching us a day.
Totally.
Yeah, and all we're doing is working out and trying to spread love, man. And that's the core. That's the foundation. And that's what it's about. It's about those first 90 that are still there.
Yeah.
3, 4, 10, 15 years later.
100%. You
know, there's books out there. You got 100, you got 1,000 loyal clients, and you got $100,000 business. Boom.
Yeah.
Done deal. On that note, that's all I got to say, squad. I know it's probably getting long and tiring, but we're fucking passionate about this shit. 2022, we're going to be doing a fuck ton more of this stuff. Podcast is taking off quite a bit. We're going to give you our tidbits. So that was our main, that's going to be our main go-to for this 2022 is patience. And then we'll see you next week. What do you got to say, Shane?
Yeah, totally, squad. We don't want to bore the shit out of you too much here, but yeah, thanks for listening. We're super stoked to have you up in the House of Raven here.
Woo!
And yeah, man, just patience. Take your time. Go easy. Good vibes, good times.
Enjoy this process, man.
Have to. That's the fun of the game, man. Is enjoying the process to get to the end. It's what it's all about.
The people along the way. Yep.
Yeah, that's us, man.
You want us to pay the fee, or
so
Shane likes to pay the fee.
Oh, loving the fee, peeps.
Every day on TikTok, man. That's how we end it.
Yeah. So if you're dropping by the podcast here, you know there's a fee to pay, and is if you get some motivation, some inspiration, or just love dropping by, listening to us
two homies talk about t-shirts,
crack on about t-shirts and all that fun stuff, then we'd appreciate if you shared it with your fam, squad, crew, all the peeps close to you. We appreciate it. Thanks, peeps, and we'll be on again soon.
That's right.
You can't see me doing the shuckers, but
he's giving it. We were supposed to video this, but we didn't. We're bringing nothing but value to you guys. Just know that for the future. Peace, and the Raven Boys is out.